Katie, the president just released from hospital. Doctors gave Donald Trump the green light to go home.
They did. And you'll notice Donald Trump stood on the balcony there of the White House on the South Lawn, and optics are a very big deal for this president. And he had deep concerns that by being sidelined with COVID, by being hospitalized with COVID, the reporting from American networks, main networks here, as well as some of the major newspapers, including the New York Times, is that he was concerned that he looked weak. And that's why he had that photo op, that controversial photo op that happened on Sunday. But what we just saw there, that live picture, those live images that were at the end of Power and Politics, right into the start of your show, Carol, we saw that image, Donald Trump trying to show a projection of strength, standing there on the back balcony of the South Lawn of the White House and saluting the helicopter and the personnel on board, standing there, illustrating that it's business as usual. And that's the image he very much wants to project, even though with his concerns with his health, it is very much not business as usual at the White House. Now, as you mentioned, the doctors did give the president a green light to go home, but they did raise concern. They're not quite sure how his body is going to react to some of the therapies he received and some of the drugs he's taken. There is concern about how he's going to react to the experimental antibody therapy he took on Friday, I believe it was, the one that is not officially approved by the FDA at this point. And so Regeneron, to be released to the White House, doctors say he will be under 24-hour medical care. He will have access to the country's top physicians. Have a listen to what the president's doctor had to say about why they felt confident that they were ready to make this decision.
We're looking to this weekend. If we can get through to Monday with him remaining the same or improving, better yet, then we will all take that final deep sigh of relief. But as I said, 24/7 world-class medical care surrounding him down there. We're not going to miss anything that we would have caught up here.
Now, there are some significant questions that remain. Number one, how is the president going to be there and at the White House and work and not pose a risk, a spread risk to other people who work at the White House? Those kinds of details, the precautions that will be taken at the White House, those have not been revealed yet. And there is a lot of concern around that because this virus continues to rip through the White House. Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary, announced today she tested positive after testing negative for a number of days despite exposure last week. Two staff members in her communications shop, they have also tested positive. There are 12 people in total who attended the event on Saturday, a week ago Saturday, for Donald Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, who have since announced that they have tested positive for COVID-19. So there are great concerns about how this virus is spreading through not just the White House, but allies of the president who attended that event and other events over the past few days, over the past week or so. But Donald Trump, there are reports, particularly coming out of the New York Times, that Donald Trump was agitated that he had to stay in hospital all weekend. He didn't want to stay in the hospital. He was ready to leave, at least from his perspective, whether the doctors agreed with that or not. And so he was actually the one who announced that he would be leaving hospital today, and he did it by tweet. We're going to bring that tweet up for you right now. It says, "I will be leaving the Great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 p.m., feeling really good. Don't be afraid of COVID. Don't let it dominate your life. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. I feel better than I did 20 years ago." Now, what is really important to point out is that Donald Trump, of course, is the president of the United States. He's going to have access to drugs that other people are not going to have access to. He is the president, and he gets world-class care. He gets the best care in the United States. That is very much a given. But he had access to those the experimental drugs that most Americans are not going to have access to. And the other thing to keep in mind is that as Donald Trump is downplaying the safety concern, telling Americans don't be afraid of this, there are more than 210,000 Americans who've died since this pandemic began because of COVID-related complications. So that is a deep concern. And the president's critics are pointing to that, calling that tweet irresponsible, saying that Americans very much should be concerned about what is going on.